What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Big Steve, back at it again. And today, I'll be showing you guys my Diablo 4 Server Slam Necromancer build. Now, this hasn't been touched, so it hasn't been nerfed or buffed. But it was good on the beta, and I think it'll be great for the Server Slam. So let's dive in. Now, I'm just gonna quickly go through the skills. I'm gonna do skills as far as level 20 for the Server Slam. And another thing to note for this build is as soon as you're able to play, one of the dungeons drops a aspect power, and this aspect power is for the Blood Surge. So this build is going to be a Blood Surge build, and you can get this aspect almost right away. You're going to be able to get it fairly easy, so you don't have to worry about the legendary dropping. And ideally, you're going to want to put it on your amulet or your weapon, I do believe, because that's where you're going to get the most out of it. But we're going to dive into the skills, and I'll tell you why I went with what I went with, and hope you guys try it out on the Server Slam. Okay, let's start going through the skills. First, we're going to start with Hemorrhage. We're going to put 1 point into that. 1 point into Enhanced Hemorrhage, and what this does, it creates, after picking up blood orbs, your next hemorrhage also deals damage to enemies around your target. So it can create like an AoE splash damage. Then we're going to take Acolyte's Hemorrhage, and what this does is Hemorrhage gains an additional 20% attack speed while healthy. So above 80% health, you'll have an extra 20% attack speed. Now, this is just in general, overall. So, you'll cast your attack with your Hemorrhage quicker. And another legendary power you're going to want to get with this build is the legendary power that gives you increased cast or attack speed on your core abilities. You need that legendary and the Blood Surge legendary, and you'll be pretty good off if you can get those two. You'll get the Blood Surge one, like I said, pretty early on. It drops from a dungeon, so that shouldn't be an issue. Alright, so we're going to come down to core abilities. So we're going to go with Blood Surge, obviously. And then we're going to take Enhanced Blood Surge. And what this does, this pretty well steals health for you, depending on how many enemies are inside your Blood Surge when it goes off. So, it's one way of getting health back. It's great. It's good for tanking the Butcher. I've killed the Butcher many times, face tanking him without minions. And then we're going to take Paranormal Blood Surge. And what this does, every time you cast Blood Surge, when you cast your 6th Blood Surge, it will automatically be an overpowered. So having overpowered damage and other stuff like that is pretty good to go with. Then we're going to come back and we're going to max Blood Surge, and I'll tell you why. As you can see, as I'm maxing it, the percent damage for Blood Surge went from 20%, and then from 20% to 28%, and then when it went from 50 to 70%, which is huge. So this is important to max. And the reason why is, as you read the skill, it says draw blood from enemies dealing 28% damage and expel a blood nova dealing 70% damage. So when you cast Blood Surge, it's just going to do a screen-wide AoE for 28% damage. And then enemies near the actual Blood Surge, it will deal 70% damage. And it can be even more depending on enemies are inside, because Blood Surge's Nova's damage is increased 10% per enemy drained, up to 50%. So, it can be very powerful, and I'll show you guys a little bit of footage later of how powerful. Blood Surge isn't about big numbers, it's about doing pretty big numbers quick and fast in AoE. That's it for that. That's for your core abilities. We're going to come down, we're going to put 1 into Blood Mist, just to have that immune, just to get you out of any jams. It's great to have. Before we go down there too, we have to put 1 into Unliving for your maximum essence, just to get to the imperfectly balanced. And what this does is your core skills cost, when it's max, 15% more essence, but deal 30% increased damage. So that's a 30% increased damage straight onto your Blood Surge. that's it for that. After you do that and come down and put 1 point into Blood Mist, then we're going to come down here. We're going to put 1 point into Decrepify. And what this does is enemies are slowed. And they also deal 20% less damage to you. This is huge. You cast this, you just get to a quick cast, and then you cast Blood Surges like mad. But we take this because we're going to go with Amplify damage. We're going to put 1 point into that, and that's a 3% increased damage to cursed enemies. So you're going to be cursing your enemies all the time. It's just a little damage increase. I'd like to put more into it, but since it's the server slam, we're going only for level 20. And then we're going to come down to these blood passives down here. Gruesome Mending. While below 50% life, you receive 10% more healing from all sources. So say you're fighting the Butcher, he's hitting you pretty hard. When you fall below 50% health, you're just getting 10% more healing from your Blood Surge, from your Enhanced Blood Surge. And then we're going to put another point into Coalesced Blood. And what this does is gives you 6% increased damage while healthy, so above 80% health. If we could put more points into it, it would be 18% at max. There's a couple other ones you could go. You could change this around slightly for increased damage in other places. There's other things. I think it's these ones here. Close enemies take 2% more damage from you and deal 3% less damage. So if you max that, it's, let's see, 8% is it? 6% more damage, and you take 9% less damage. So that could be a good one to take. It's up to you guys. I fool around with this a little bit, but the whole idea is your Blood Surge, and you want to go with your legendary Blood Surge power and the legendary power that gives your core skills like a certain percent attack speed. So with the attack speed legendary and your hemorrhage, 20% attack speed while healthy, you're attacking very quickly. So when you do use all your essence from Blood Surge, you're going to notice that you're getting it back very quick. It's almost not even noticeable. And that's pretty well it for the Server Slam build. And like I said, the Blood Necromancer didn't receive any nerfs or buffs, and it's what I played all beta. I loved it. What I will say is for minions, there's a couple routes you could go. I don't think sacrificing them would be worth it. That isn't until down here, I do believe, where you get the bonus for sacrificing both. So you're going to want to use your minions more than likely. That's about it. I'll show you guys some footage of my Blood Necro on the level 25 beta. So let's see how that goes. Give you guys a good idea how Blood Surge works. And I'm going to slow it down at a certain part just to give you a good idea what I'm talking about the full screen wide AoE. See how that's a widescreen AoE? And that's not the initial, that's not the full cast of Blood Surge. That's just an AoE that happens. That's your first 28% damage, whatever, like I was saying earlier. And we'll watch the full thing. So say I hit that guy for 869. Here comes the initial. Oh, the initial was for 2,811. And then another one automatic casts, and it hits him for more damage. So within that time frame, I did pretty well 1,000 plus 2,811. So that's 3,811 plus about 400. So you know, you're looking at 4,000 to 5,000 damage, and this happens a lot. I just wanted to show you guys the widescreen AoE. It's huge. See, big numbers, big damage. It's not as big numbers as some classes, but I'm telling you, this puts out the damage. I encourage anybody to try this build out. That's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe, and I hope to see y'all in the Server Slam. Peace.